How you doing? Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Time for a fucking ecliptic vlog. I need to give a big shout out to our Paul at Haxby Shed. Go and find his channel. He sent me a couple of lovely stickers and it came in a lovely envelope, but I knew it was his because it's got second glass, which is cheap. He is a Yorkshireman. So he paid for the cheap post. But he gave me a bit of notepaper. So check out our Paul, Haxby Shed. Just some great work. It's got the same lathe as me, the Harrison 140. I think he's got the fast one. The one that goes up to 2000 RPM. The turbo fucking version. But he does some great work. Does some nice stuff. Got a nice shaper as well. Oh, I fancy a shaper. Anyway, check out what I've been up to the next week. In the last week or so. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I'm following Keith Bottom. Right, so you may remember the Ironhead Sportster that came in. It had been somewhere for a year and not been finished. And the story of the background is this: that my customer's dad started building it and then developed dementia. So as his cerebral processes declined, so did his ability to make decisions and act on them when it came to building his Sportster. And then it went off somewhere else for a bit. I'm not quite sure where or how long, but I think he said a year. And they did a few bits, but they didn't get it sorted. And now it's come to me. And if you remember from my vlog, the fucking wiring is a mess. Right, so I've just spent a morning chopping and tracing and making safe and all that jazz, and just basically wired up the ignition. As it turns out, the lighting circuit seems to be wired up as well. But I wouldn't have been able to tell you that. I saw that power feed went off here, there and everywhere. And so I've just made safe, like I say. I've wrapped the ends and bundled up. So nothing shorts out and fucking fucks itself up. Gingerly did a bit of a trace here, there and everywhere. Saw that there was nothing nasty going on. And wired ignition in, basically. Put some spark plugs in it, a couple of leads on it, and fucking fired it up. Bless it. Give it a bit of ether to get it fucking ka-chunking. Then check there's no fucking oil in it. One of the oil lines was off, so we've chucked a gallon of old oil in, which I'm really happy to do because the engine stood for a while and it's going to need a bit of a flush out. There's nothing nasty in the old oil. It's just old engine oil. You know, pour it in through a funnel with the screen. Bob's your jolly old. It's lost most of its lubricating qualities, but old school people like me will remember flushing oil. Do you remember flushing oil? It was almost like fucking paraffin, wasn't it? That didn't lubricate very well, but it dragged the shit out, and that's all we're looking to do on this. So it runs. Jobs are good, and now I'm really pleased with that. I will let him know. Here's an interesting one just come in from our gav. Basically, these are wheel adapters, wheel spacers, whatever you like to call them, for changing the centres or spacing wheels out or mounting wheels that you shouldn't on it, you know, not compatible with an adapter. But the hole's too small for his application, and this needs to be 72 millimeters by 23 deep, yeah. But I can't hold it. I can't. It's too big to be gripped out externally in my chuck, and if I try and grab the middle, the studs stop me getting it, and they stick out too far. Now I've tried tapping the studs out, tried knocking them out, and they're fucking proper tight in there. However, he did bring me a pattern. This one's got the right hole in the middle, which is what we went off to find out the 72 mil. And it's got bolt holes, so I've used it as a fixture. Look, I've already turned this one. Basically, I've bolted that to this wheel adapter, and I can hold that internally now because the studs came out. I managed to knock the studs out, like there they are, thanks to my pocket knife. So I'll bolt this one on, and we'll go over to the lathe and machine it out to 72 by 23. There we are, chucked up. I didn't use that. But there she blows, look. Now we need to take this down to 72 by 23. So we'll touch on, bring it out. That's 54.7, so 55. We're going to go 3 mil at a time, so we're going to go out to 58. Which is there. Little bit of WD. There you go. That's a square work. Bear with. Two drop at that. Down to 23 days. Happy days. Yeah, I like that. And off we go. So 22 and a half days. Now down to 61. And so on and so forth. And it takes us out to 70. These fucking chips, I've got pockets full of them. It's mad. It's raining fucking shards. 21, 22, 23. Last cut now. Out to 70. I need to double check. 73. I've nearly machined my fucking writing off. So 73. Quick squib at WD. On out. There's your blows, Captain. So we'll take this down to depth. We don't get showered in. Look at them. Wow. 21, 22, 23. Now I need to clear that shit out of the way, so I can see what I'm doing. Let a dog see the rabbit, as we used to say. Let the dog see the rabbit. Okay. I'm just going to break that edge. It's right down in the hole there, so I'm going like that. Same this side, now side. Quick clean up. Just where it meets the existing. Look at that. That's golden. Yeah, right, is that Graham's fucking head? I can't, yeah. Find the video, I'll try and link to it. There's bits I can do to it still, but I'm fucked. I've hit a fucking impasse. So, it's got its own video where I'm trying to basically fit the rocker box back to front, well, left to right, you know, flip round. But fuck that, filling and fucking machining and cutting threads in that cast iron is just like not fucking happening. As well as the reborn iron head. I've gone from a broken head to a reborn one. Fucking look at that beauty. Yeah. Look at Steve's under. Look at that fucking gear. Look, that's lovely. Brakes, forks, wheels. Honda CB750, if I recall correctly. Don't quote me. Olin's action. Fucking beautiful running gear. His first ever build. And all his electrics were in a tray welded under his seat. He came to me a while ago and we did a little bit of fab, just tacking and welding. And he's brought it back and had this plate extended, so I've chopped all the shit out that was here. Formerly here, it was fugly, and remounted his regulator rectifier and cleaned that up. Just peachy. That is really, really fucking nice. And let's get that fucker out of the way. WD. Squiddly D. Now we're looking at the Triumph exhaust. That's what we're doing. Well, we're not. I am. And if you follow my socials, you'll have seen I made some pie cuts. And if you don't, why? Why don't you? Why haven't you seen this? Shouldn't be news. Anyway, so these are my practice pieces. This is steel tube, not stainless steel, and it's larger diameter than the finish on the Triumph's going to be. But I'm going to have a go at taking these pie cuts together to make just a 90 or an offset 90 or whatever. Just because I don't want to be practicing on the exhaust itself. So a fantastic fucking video, instructional video. The fabrication series on YouTube. I'll try and remember to link to his channel, but I probably won't. Anyway, let's give these a go. See if I can tack these and weld these together to form a nice little pie cut, lobster back, whatever you like to call it. And there she is. First attempt, not the best. You can see I've dipped the tip a few times, ticking around, but I wasn't too fussed about the weld technique as so much as the tacking up and the getting it to point where you want it. The getting it to point where you want it is the fucking trickiest bit, I think. I don't know, I'm not sure about indexing. I need a better way of indexing because it didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to, but it's fine. I've learnt plenty from it. It's a good start. What I will do is cut myself a few more off the old pipe. Like, it's the very, very first go I had. I was welding that on there. And that's alright, you know. That filled me with confidence. Look, I've not got it there. Look, fuck you know. Filled me with confidence. So, yeah. I'm quite pleased with that. Here's an interesting one. Now, I believe this is a Norton swinging arm out of featherbed frame. But my man once used Triumph wheels and the spindle don't line up. So, I've been tasked with milling these slots out to 5/8, I think they are, 3/8. I'm sorry, the 5/8. So I've got to work out some fixture. Same guy for this job that's steaming away still. Warming thing in this fucking workshop. So yeah, we're going to fabricate a fixture for the milling machine because I can't just clamp it in the vise. I've not got the girth for that, like. And here's the solution. So we've used this edge as a register, this surface down the bottom, but to space off with a couple of parallels and these toe clamps because the shock amount comes through too far. Then we've got a bit of support underneath and a stop it moving this way, left and right. And then we've got a toe clamp clamping it down, so this end's really well held. I've got a bit of tube welded in place. Obviously we can't clamp, I've got nothing up here because I can't get anything near it. But I'm hoping that that tube gives us the rigidity that we need to go for it. So I'm going to have, I've screwed the cutter up with this back edge, and I'm going to touch on, and then I'm going to do my maths and move across and go from there. Okay, here we go. Just finishing off. A little bit of chatter. Just to be expected, but that's alright. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So we've got a vented wheel disc centre cover off a, I'm not even sure what it's off. It might be Triumph. It's a British bike, definitely Knightley. Old British bike as well, so not sure. Might be Norton. Either way, your job's the same, isn't it? So what I've been tasked with doing is taking that down 2mm, this flange. So we've chucked it up in the 3-jaw, held internally. There's a lip around the inside of this, you can't see, but I've grabbed hold of that. We've touched on with a boring bar. And away she goes, Captain. 2 mil, so we're going to go 1/2 mil to start. Whereabouts? Power feed out, look at that, lovely. Just what the doctor ordered, that is. Move that brush out of your way. There's nearly 1 mil. There's 1.5 mil. Nice and gentle, no need to rush. And we'll take final pass, which will give us our 2mm, which is there, bang on 2 mil. Happy days. Here we go. Touch on that edge, come out, break that edge, job's a good one. We're gripping on this quite thin, and to be careful that there's our 2mm off, super smooth, sorted. Laverda it is, there's the other half, look, twin leading shoe, which I've got, you can't see down the hole, but I'm stood on my V-block, my Vice V-block that I made, and I'm going to put some hold downs on and touch off and just 2mm off that, and then that will be done. So we've got a table, the knee if you like, right up, and hold on, it's just about to take me 2mm cut. We'll zigzag across there a couple of times, and that'll be that done. He thinks there's a steel bushing in there, look. Not to worry. And there it goes. I'll just swap hands. Bear with. I'm going to try and get in there with a knife and give that steel insert a D bit. I'll do it when I took the fucking thing off. But there you go. This is 2mm off. Shaved off the aluminium hub and the steel insert. All in one, happy go. Hey, so that's that fucking job done. Check out the video. It's still really warm, which is nice because it's fucking cold in it. It's got its own 2 series. There's two videos. I'll add them to a playlist. That's that done. Wonderful, wonderful. Really fucking heavy. It is heavy. And with that goes the swing arm adapted and the front wheel adapted. So that's that. Happy days. Right. Well, when we thought we'd finished, we've realised that we ain't quite. Because our Dean, I think what is not said, but I reckon I'm fucking wised up. He's getting me to do every last bit of work on this. That ain't paintwork. He's going to have it MOT ready when it leaves, but he ain't said that. So now I've got to strip out the back end, take the tank off, take the front mudguard off, and that's going to go off and be painted. And I'm guessing it's going to come back here for me to fit it and get everything working and running and how it should be like. So that's next on the agenda. I'm not going to add it to its own job thing, playlist, I don't think, but I might. Hey, ta-da! As if by magic. I've just had this fucking 3 foot up in the air. Or 2.5 foot up in the air. You wouldn't believe it, would you? But yeah, that's it. Stripped out. Found a few nasties along the way, so much better that it's in bits. Just stand this petrol can back up. Leaking fuel. We have been. So there's our 2 Dean's choppers. Our Dean's 2 choppers. This one's screwing off for paintwork. There's the front guard, the rear guard, stroke swing arm assembly, and the petrol tank. So the tins, as the Yankees fucking say. That's going off. I've got Annick's trike out that fucking bless her. I bet I've had it a fucking year. Wow. So that's next up to be caressed, titillated and fabricated. And I'm back on my Triumph risers. If you follow my build, I've just worked out the angle of that angle to put the taper on these risers. I've made myself a radiusing tool to put a radius on as well, which is alright, I'm quite happy with. And worked out the angle of my dangle with a proper bit of actually mapping it out to get where I need to be. I'll put a protractor on there now. But first I'm going to have a spot of lunch. And I'm going to end this blog, I think, because it's a fucking mix match and a mix up and a bit of this and a bit of that and fucking Bob's your auntie. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Fucking random shit, innit? Lots of love to you.